Hey guys, it's Original Gamer Stevie Stroh, and before I get started, and I know the shirt's wrinkly, it just came in the mail today, but I just wanted to show off the brand new I'm a Cocoa Nut t-shirt. This is the new shirt that has the cocoa from the Programming and Basic book. It's a very cool shirt. Can also be made into a coffee mug, which I just got today as well in the mail. I'm a Cocoa Nut. Or if you want to see the actual cocoa, you can get the I'm a Cocoa Nut shirt with the color computer 3 and monitor and whole 9 yards. So yeah, so the cocoa merchandise has arrived today just in time for Cocoa Fest. I'll be bringing these to Cocoa Fest to show off, and so everybody can see what this merchandise looks like, which is available on my Retro Swag shop. You can go to my website, which is ogsteviestroh.com, and get yourself a copy today. And there's also free shipping between April 13th and April 23rd. Free shipping if you use the offer code FS417. So now that I've done that shameless plug and I've shown off this shirt, which I just think is freaking awesome. I just think this shirt is freaking awesome. I'm a Cocoa Nut. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely thrilled about this shirt. So we're back in Programming and Basic, and we're in Chapter 19. And we're going to go over the circle command. Chapter 19 is called Going in Circles. So now we're going to learn about a command that can allow you to draw circles on your screen. And to make my life easy, I've gone back to using VCC, using a real PC keyboard, which is just easier to type on. So here we go. Chapter 19. Going in circles. Does all this talk about screen and P mode and P clear have you going in circles? If so, you haven't seen anything yet. For example, you can create a full circle or ellipse or partial circle or ellipse using a single statement. Circle. Here is the syntax of circle, and there's a bunch of options to it. So you start off by circle H, comma V. H is the horizontal position, V is the vertical. Then you have R, which is the radius. How big around? Is it going to be a little circle? Is it going to be a big circle? Okay. Then you have R is a radius. C is any available color. If you omit C, it will use the foreground color. HW is the height to width ratio from 0 to 255. Height to width ratio should be 1 if you want height and width to be equal. If you want things to be taller or wider, you would change the height to width ratio. So that's the height to width ratio. Then we have the starting point, which is 0 or 1. And then you have an ending point, which is 0 or 1. The start point is equal to this. If the start point is equal to the end point, or you omit the both, the computer draws a complete ellipse. I'm not quite sure I follow what that means, but I'm sure we'll figure all this crap out as we go through it here. So to draw a circle, you need only the center point, H and V, and the radius, which is the distance from the center points. So it says bring up your lines program, and I don't know if I called mine lines on my old floppy or if it was called X. Load X. Alright, so when I load up my X program, this is my X program. So PMO 1, PCLS, Screen 1, whatever. Okay, that's the one. Now, as we scroll down here, it says your program should read PMode 1 PCLS screen, but now it's saying delete line 25, which draws one of the lines, and then change line 30 as follows. So we're going to get rid of line 25, which draws one line, and then we're going to change line 30 to draw the circle. But let's just do what they ask us to do for now. Let's get rid of 25 and let's go to line 30. In line 30, we're going to type in circle 128, comma 96, which is dead center in the screen, 128 over, 96 down, and a radius of 95, which is probably about 50% of the screen. It says run the program. Your TV should show a somewhat scruffy orange circle on a buff background. If you're wondering why the circle isn't truly round, look at line 5 and you'll see that your computer is in P mode 1, which is medium resolution. So it says change it to P mode 4, which is in high resolution. So if we list out our program, we go to line 5 and we say P mode 4, 1, I gotta include the comma, and we run it, and now it looks better. And if I hit F6 to turn off artifacting, now it looks better. Now we've got the smaller pixels, and it's a smoother looking circle. It's not perfect because even its highest resolution is not super high by today's standards for sure. But we just drew a circle by going over 128 points across, 96 points down, in a radius of 95, which pretty much filled in the entire screen. That's what the circle command does. Now it says do-it-yourself program 19.1. Using the program above, generate a bullseye. You can do this one of two ways. Add a separate program line for each concentric circle, but use a common center, or you could use a for next loop. Okay, I think I understand what it's saying right now. So right now we have made the circle a radius of 95. And it's saying we could do it as a bullseye, and we can do it in a for next loop. So we need to start off with a smaller number and make our way out to the number of 95. So we could do something like this: 25 for radius equals 5 to 95 step 15. Edit line 30, extend that to the end, change this to R, okay, and then 35, next R. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so that has definitely done it, but I probably need to skip a few more for a bullseye, but you kind of get the idea there, right? So what I did here is I did a for next loop, and I started on 5 and I worked my way out to 95. I could probably edit 25 and insert a 1 here, shift up arrow, get out of here, and then do like maybe a step 25. Let's run it this way. That's kind of cool. That looks a little bit more like a bullseye. There's an entire dartboard, right? So there's less concentric circles here. So I basically started off at a center radius, and I did a for next loop that increased the radius, and I did it by a step of 25. So each one was a magnitude of 25 larger than the last one. So that's kind of cool. So that was DIY. So let's save this one as DIY 19-1. All right. Now we have a do-it-yourself program 19-2. Do you still have the program with the house you built? How do you expect to get into the house without a doorknob? Use the circle to put a doorknob on the front door. Your graphic screen worksheet is helpful. Note, if you use medium to low resolution, a circle small enough to serve as a doorknob does not have much detail. Run the program in mode 4 for more detail. So if I do a dir, I do have my house program still on here. And this is the funny thing though. It says, do you still have the program for the house you built? If you were following this book in order and you never used this computer before, you'd have no idea how to save your house program, because we haven't gotten to the chapter on how to save to cassette, and this is not the manual for Disk Extended Color Basic, because we, that's a whole nother book that comes with your floppy drive when you buy that. So it's interesting that they're asking us if we still have it. If we didn't have it, you'd have to go back to that chapter and type it in again, but I've been saving these. So when I list my house program, which I don't even remember everything that I did, so if I list 0 through 50, all right, P mode 1, 1. Let me just run the program and see what it was like. All right, so that was my program, and my door is rather small. I made my house rather small too. So if I change line 20, so what was it? List 0 through 50. Okay, so in line 5, I'm going to say P mode 4, 1. When I run this right now, you can see we're in a higher resolution. I think I would need to make my door bigger to know where I was, but I don't even remember where all the coordinates were for this program to draw our doorknob. So let me look and see if I can see where some of this stuff was. Okay, draw left half of roof, draw right half of roof, draw left window, draw a purple door, color 7, 5, line C, center X minus 5, center Y plus 20, center X plus 5, center Y plus 40. All right, so I'm going to do like a line 200, and I'm going to guess where this is. So I'm going to say center X. Now I want to be over. So we went off in 5 in each direction. So I'm going to say center X plus 2, and then a comma center Y plus 30. I'm not going to make this comma. The radius is going to be 2, and the color is going to be 0, which is black. Let's see how this works out here. Boom! How lucky did I get on where to put that circle? So I put a little tiny circle, which is now the doorknob on this door. That is pretty crazy that I was able to figure that out. My freaking cat is whining for attention right now. Hello, cat. Do you need attention, cat? Do you want to be in the video? Say hello to everybody, Mr. Gizmo Man. This is my cat, Mr. Gizmo Man, and he is very much needing attention right now. This is the Coco cat, Gizmo Man. Hello, Gizmo. How are you? Do you like my new t-shirt, Gizmo? Let me set you down in my lap here, right here. I'm a cocoa nut, everybody. So there we go. That was DIY 19-2. So let's end our program. I'm going to save that as DIY 19-2. That is actually pretty cool that I was able to kind of remember what I did and do that math in my head. All right, so coloring the circle. After you decide on the circle's radius, choose its color using 2-color mode. You haven't got much choice, but using 4-color mode, P modes 1 or 3, you can find the color option an exciting feature. So your program should read this. Which program was this? I don't remember doing this freaking... okay, that was the circle program, but I don't remember if I saved the circle program, so we're going to have to just start the heck over. So let's do P mode 1, 1, 10 PCLS, 20 screen 1, 1, 30, circle 128, 96, 95, but it's asking me to change line 30 to a radius of 30 and then a color of 6. And then I think 40 is just go to 40. So let's run that right now. So right now I've made a smaller circle and I've chosen color 6, which is the cyan color. So, okay, so that's kind of cool. So you can now specify radius, which is size, and color. And in a 4-color mode, you have up to 4 colors. One of them is the background color, and you have 3 other colors. And so it is easy. In fact, you can change the circle's color to any of the available colors. Now, maybe we'll learn what it means to be an ellipse, or the height to width ratio. Did you ever take a hula hoop, a bicycle tire, or buggy wheel and squeeze it with both hands to form an ellipse? Similarly, you can change the circle on your screen into an ellipse by using the height to width ratio option. So it says notice that your circle statement does not include the color code. Omitting the code tells the computer to use the foreground color. You must include the comma, though, to indicate to the computer that you are omitting the C, and that the number specifies the height to width ratio. So it says the width of the ellipse is equal to the radius. The height is determined by HW. If HW is 1, the computer draws a circle. If HW is greater than 1, it draws an ellipse that is higher than it is wide. If HW is less than 1, it draws an ellipse that is wider than it is high. Okay, so in this situation here, if we do line 30 and we say circle 128, 96, 30, 1. Let's run this and see what happens. That's still the same circle. So we did comma, comma, 1. So the first comma after the 30 was the color. The second comma is the height to width ratio. And so 1 is a perfect circle. So it's saying that if you make the number 1 or greater than 1, it's going to go taller. If you make it less than 1, it's going to go wider. So if we test this theory now and we edit 30, and we extend to the end and we change that 1 to a 3, like it's asking us to do here, and then we run our program. Okay, so by making the number bigger, it's going taller. If we made it smaller, meaning less than 0, it would go wider. So I've just made a taller circle. That looks like a hula hoop or a portal or something like that. So now it's saying, well, why don't you try to make it a 0.25, which is less than 1. Okay. So if we edit 30, we extend to the end and we do 0.25. And now when we run it, now we've made a smaller flat circle. So 0.25 is less than 1. If I did 0.5, that would probably be edit 30. So if I did like a 0.50, that would probably twice as tall. Yes, 0.75 would be even taller. And then 1.0 would be even better. So that is actually pretty cool. Now, what is it asking me to do here? It says the height width equals 0, then the ellipse becomes infinity, wider than it is high. In other words, it becomes a horizontal line. So it says change line 30 to 0. So if I edit 30 and I extend to the end and I just say comma, comma, 0, and I run it, yeah, it's a flat line. That's interesting. I think we can do some 4 next loops here and show the circles stretching in different directions. That might be kind of cool. So now it says try changing it from a 0 to edit 30, extend, and make it a 100. When I do it as a 100, wow, that's almost like a rectangle. That was so tall that it's just probably off the screen right now. So it's a very unattractive rectangle. That's wild. Now, from start to finish, suppose you want to draw only part of an ellipse, which is known as an arc. To do this, you must list the ellipse's center point, its radius, its height to width ratio. If you wish, you may also precede it with a color, but to draw an arc, you must specify height width. For a normal arc, use height width 1. From the above information, the computer knows the location, width, and height of the ellipse. Now you can tell it how much of the ellipse to draw. To do this, you specify the start of the arc, 0 to 1, and the end of the arc, 0 to 1. Following the chart below, keeping in mind the computer always draws clockwise. So 0 is on the right-hand side, 0.25 is here, 0.50 is here, 0.75 is there. Suppose that you want to draw an arc this way from 0.25 to 0.75. This is getting pretty crazy. So I'm barely keeping up with the way it's asking me to do this. So if I edit line 30, I go to the end. So it's 30. All right, so now we're going to say 30, comma 1, which is now the color, comma 0.25, which is the starting point, which is on the bottom, comma 0.75, which is the ending point, which is on the top. So this is going to draw that left half of the circle. Let's run that. Okay, but the color is wrong. Did I read that wrong? It told me to do it as a 1. And the 1 is a color I can't see now. It says 30, comma 1. It says, is this your line 30? Now change it to this. But I'm thinking the color's off. So I need to edit line 30. Okay, so let's just change it back to 6, which is a color that we can see. Okay. All right, so that didn't exactly work. That's not the picture that I was expecting. So what am I doing wrong here? It's saying this is what it wants me to do, 30, comma 1, comma 0.25, comma 0.75. But that comma 1 didn't work. I'm just going to try typing the whole thing again. 128, comma 96, comma 30, comma 1, comma 0.25, comma 0.75. When I run that, I don't see anything. Something is not right here. Now when I go back and I look at how they originally explained the circle command, here is the format for the circle command. The circle command is H comma V comma R radius. So that's the problem right there. That comma, I think I'm missing something. Or I'm either that or it's just a terrible typo in the book, because it's asking me to do it as a, what am I misreading here? I don't know, and I lost where I was going. 0.25, circle, circle, circle from start to finish. 30, if so, use this statement here. So the first number would be, okay, so the 30 is the radius. So then the 1 is what? The 1 becomes the, okay, radius, comma, color, comma, height width ratio, comma, start, comma, end. So we're missing something here in the command. So when we're asking us to do this, unless there's commas here that I can't see, so we're missing some commas. We're definitely missing some commas. We're missing something in line 30. So 30 should say circle 128, comma 96, comma 30. Then we have the color, and I'll do a color of 6. Let's do a color of 8. Then we have our height to width ratio, which should be 1. Then we have our starting point and our ending point. Let's run that. Okay, that drew the left circle. So there's something missing here in the text. The way they have it printed here, there's not enough in the command to make this work properly, because we were missing some commas to get to the right parts where we were specifying the height to width ratio. So we've now done that. So we've now got this to where I've drawn the left circle like it asked me to do, which is starting on 0.25 and ending on 0.75. And so now to do it in the other way, in the other direction, we would start on 0.75 and we would end on 0.25. Sorry about that. It just something didn't look right. Something wasn't working right. Edit 30, we're going to extend to the end. So we're going to start at 0.75 and we're going to end at 0.25. Now when we run it, we are the other circle. So we can make circles perfectly round. We can make circles tall. We can make circles wide. We can make partial circles. It's pretty cool. I don't think I ever got this fancy with the circle command. I think I probably just did normal circles to draw planets in a background and maybe did a squish circle on the bottom to look like a planet on the bottom of the screen. I don't think I got really that crazy as a kid with partial circles and stuff, but it's kind of neat. Now, do-it-yourself program 19-3. Has night fallen on the house you built? If so, you might want to shed some light on the subject by putting a crescent moon in the corner. This requires 2 intersecting arcs and some trial and error. I'm going to skip that one. Do-it-yourself program 19-4. Maybe it's cold as well as dark around your house. If so, build a fire in the fireplace and show smoke coming out of the chimney using circles to make your smoke. I'm going to pass on those two, but I do have some interesting ideas that are going to be a way we can add on to our original graphics program. So what we've just done now is we've just done chapter 19, which is dealing with circles. So let me end this program here. That program's not really worth saving, but let me look back at when my original programs was, which was our graphics demo. Let's go ahead and load up our graphics demo right now. And we're going to add circles to it. All right, so if I list 0 through, oh, actually what I want to do is I want to load G demo 10. All right, and I want to list 0 through 90 right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to edit line 20, and I want to change the 1.0 to 1.1. We're going to go to graphics demo. Version 1. Hit C to change 1.1. Okay, so the first thing I've done there is I've just changed the version. Now, I seem to recall I had 6 subroutines that went from 1,000 to 6,000. So now we're going to do a line 7,000, which is going to draw a circle. So 7,000 rem draw circle. Okay, 7010. We're going to say circle. X1 comma Y1 comma, for the radius we'll do Y2. I don't know what Y2 is going to be. For the color we're going to do foreground color, and for now we're going to just do normal circles. And so 7020 we're going to return. We could get fancier and we could do more kinds of circles and we could add different things to the circle, but I want to list through my program again. So if I do 0 through 99 right now, this was the 0 through 99 did the title screen. So now if I list 100 through 199, line 100 through 199 is the main loop that picks all the random things. And then somewhere in here I did a graphics decision. Where is graphics decision? Graphics decision equals random 10. And so right now, and then I also realized after I did this that I had all these if this equals that, then go sub, and I could have done an on go sub. So right now let's edit 130, and because we've only got 7 routines right now, I'm going to hit delete, hit change, and hit 7. Okay, now let's list 130 through 199 through 299. Okay, so I'm going to delete 140 through 190. And then I'm going to basically say now 140 on graphics decision on GD, go sub 1,000, comma 2,000, comma 3,000, comma 4,000, comma 5,000. Now, I think what I also want to do is let's add an option 8 to clear the screen, but I don't remember if I picked random P modes right now. Let's just try this right now and see how this works. Okay, here's my graphics demo 1.1. UL error in line 140. Okay. 6,000 returns, 7,000 returns. List 100 through 199. 140 on GD, go sub. I forgot to add the 6,000. Okay, 140. Extend, comma 6,000. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, graphics demo. What the hell is going on here? 140 through 199. What am I doing wrong here? On GD, go sub 1,000, comma 2,000, comma 3,000, comma 4,000, 5,000, comma 6,000. Is there a 7,000? There is, comma 7,000. All right, there's my 7 options. All right, graphics demo version 1. What the frick? Okay, print GD. GD equals 4. Okay, list 1,000 through 199. Okay, that returns. List 2,000 through 299. That's there and that returns. List 3,000 through 399. That's there and that returns. List 4,000 through 499. That's there and that returns. 5,000 through 599. That's their list 6,000 through 6,999. That's their list 7,000 through 7,999. That's there. That draws a circle. that returns list 100 through 199. Okay. GD equals random 7. On GD, go sub 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. List 140 through 299. 200 says go back to 100. What is my freaking error right now? On GD, go sub 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5. Okay. Print GD. GD equals 4. It's trying to go sub. Oh, you know what I did? Okay. Edit 140. I see what's going on here. The 4 only has 2 zeros, and it needs to be 4,000. It's telling it to go sub 400. I need to insert a 0 there. Shift up arrow, get out of insert mode, get out of there. Boom. Okay. And that really should have clued me into what the error was too, because it was on 4. Okay. So what's happening now is my graphics demo is now going through 7 different options. And those options are changing graphics modes, drawing either a P-set, drawing a line, drawing a box, filling a box, or drawing a circle. That's all I've added right now. I'm even thinking that we might want to do like a P clear and then change the P modes, and then maybe every now and then do a PCLS to clear the screen. But we are getting different boxes and lines, and I did simplify the program to saying, instead of saying if x equals 1, then go sub 1,000, if x equals 2, go to sub. As soon as I finished that program and finished that video, I realized I should have used an on go sub. Curtis Boyle also pointed that out too. So yeah, so we've learned chapter 19. We've learned how to draw a circle. What are the deals to drawing a circle? You specify an x coordinate, you specify a y coordinate, you specify a radius. How round do I want it to be? You specify a color. You can specify a height to width ratio. If the number is greater than 1, it will be taller. If it's less than 1, it will be wider. You can also specify a starting point, which are like the numbers on the clock. 0.25 is like 3 o'clock. 0.50 is like 6 o'clock. 0.75 is like 9 o'clock. And 0 is high noon. So it's kind of like going around a clock, and it goes clockwise. So you can draw arcs, which are pieces of a circle. So it's going to be kind of interesting to play around with that. I'll think of some other special, like I'll figure out another do-it-yourself program to illustrate the concepts of stretching a circle, making a circle taller, making a circle bigger, making a circle smaller, and making a circle go around like a clock. So I'll come up with some exercises to put all of those into play, but my brain's too shot to do that, so maybe tomorrow. But in the meantime, what we did do is we went ahead and we added the commands to our graphics demo, which, by the way, I need to save now. I need to make sure I save this as gdemo. GFX, or this gdemo 11, right? So graphics demo 1.1, because we have added onto this program. As we learn more commands, we'll add on to the demo, and this demo will keep doing more things. So right now the demo is switching between text screen modes, graphic screen modes, graphics resolution modes, between low resolution, medium resolution, high color, 2-color mode, 4-color modes. We're drawing pixels, we're drawing lines, we're drawing boxes, we're filling boxes, and we're drawing circles. So that's what we're doing so far. As we learn more commands like the paint command and other things like that, we will add those into the mix as well, and this graphics demo will get more and more interesting over time. Very cool, very cool. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys, chapter 19 is done. Original Gamer Stevie Stroh. I'm a coconut. Are you a coconut? You might want to head over to my website, grab yourself a very cool I'm a Coconut t-shirt, or an I'm a Coconut coffee mug, for all I know. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. So guys, thank you so much for watching this series. The fact that people are watching these videos and commenting on these videos and liking these videos of me doing this stuff in BASIC, and all the feedback I'm getting on both Facebook and on the mailing list, it's really encouraging, and it's really motivating me to want to do more of these. So I want to thank everybody who has been giving me the positive encouragement to do this and to continue to do this. All right, guys, we're done for now. I'm the original gamer, Stevie Stroh. Peace out, and bye-bye now.